Hello, everyone. Um, I think you. I think you aren't feeling very confident right now. I think this found you because you're. Oh, let me sit up here. Oh, okay. I think this found you because you're not feeling the most confident in a situation, in yourself. Um, and the thing is, when you don't feel confident in a situation, um, it's either because A, it's out of your control, or B, you haven't. How do I explain this? So, I'm just gonna kind of use an example that I know. If you are looking to build a connection with someone, right? And you feel that they are not um, communicating enough, or they're not trying to connect with you enough, like you don't feel like they really care about the connection or growing it or furthering the connection, getting to know you, you can feel like that is out of your control, right? um, when in reality, right, first of all, you always have the option to leave if you know feel like they don't care. But before you leave, what you should do is say something, right? Be like, hey, it would make me feel good if every every couple days you reached out to me. Even if you just told me something about your day, or um, if you like just start a conversation every couple of days, right? Or at least have the opportunity for a conversation, right? And people get busy, you don't have to set this hard like boundary, but be like, hey, I would really like it if you reached out to me every couple of days, right? Something like this. um, that is something you can do. And if the person does care about the connection, wants to grow and wants to get to know you better, they'll 100% be willing to do it. Like, that's not a big ask. It's not like asking for, you know um, the thing is, you have to do it in a way that's loving and casual. Like, hey, every couple of days, I would like to hear from you. You know, um, every couple of days, I would like to hear from you. Um, I want to hear about your day. Um, I would like to have a conversation, like get to know you better. At least, even just like if it's small talk, I just want to hear from you every couple of days. Um, think about how you would feel to hear that. Like, that's very reassuring for even the person you're asking to do that you are also interested, right? Like, saying it in that way reassures both people that, right, of course, if they accept and are like, yeah, I'll try my best, I'll do what I can. Yeah. Um, if they do that, it's like both people are reassured, like, yeah, we're both looking to at least continue on this path of getting to know each other, right? Um, where did I start that? I got lost in that a little bit. Um, oh, okay, control, right? That isn't like, and if they were like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, right? Then you know they don't actually care. They don't actually want to continue the relationship, or they try to make you feel bad for asking. Like, then it's like, yeah, I'm out of here. Like, why would I stay? Um, that is something that's like, it's helpful for both people to communicate in that way, right? It helps both parties. It isn't a um, it isn't a hard boundary. It isn't a like, it's like, hey, I would love to hear from you. And if they say yes and then they don't do it, right? If they say yes and then don't do it, then it's like, okay, then you have a different set of problems, right? You have a whole different set of problems. And then you bring it back up like, hey, I remember you said you would do this thing. You haven't been doing it. What's up? And then you have another conversation, right? And, you wouldn't continue in that loop too many times before you're like, okay, they were just whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm out. The point here is, wow, what was the point here? That was good advice, but I don't remember why I started to say it. Um, that's fine. It's out there. It's good advice. Take it if you need it. Um, Psychology major. Communication, very important. Doing it in the right way, way more important. Um, Holy. All right, back to the reading. I'm sure that related to the reading somehow. I just don't remember how. Yeah. No, that's how. Okay. Seven of Swords. You're leaving. You're in this energy where you are. You're realizing what you want from a logical perspective, right? From a grounded perspective, from a reasonable perspective, right? You're like, you're digging deeper. You're looking like, okay, well, I don't. It's like finding the root of the thing, right? Instead of like, oh, this situation is making me feel bad. It's almost never the situation that's the problem, right? It's usually something um, like you crave connection with a person, or you crave some kind of consistency with a person. Um, and this situation made you feel like there isn't consistency. This situation made you feel like they don't want the connection. 1010 as I look up. But what I'm seeing here, and I hope that advice helps you, you getting into that energy of like, okay, like I have more control than I think, right? Like I can do, like I can take this feeling, right? This feeling of worry, sadness, fear, whatever it is, right? I can take that and turn it into something productive that will help both of us figure out where we stand and if we should continue, right? Instead of just being stuck waiting and hoping and whatever, right? This is likely, right? Where you're at, what you're doing, this is the likely progression of things. The Sun, very, very happy card. The happiest card, even in tarot. Most would say. And then I think this is you like stepping into, this is the Hierophant, you stepping into your power, right? You realizing you have more control than you thought, right? Like you are worshipped more than you thought. You are worthy of more than you thought, right? once you start communicating like that, um, in a way that is empowering for both people, um, there is a level of respect that comes with that, because it's like, it's not easy to do, right? It's very easy to blame another person for what's going on, right? It's very easy to, like, oh, I feel hurt because of a thing that you did, fix it, right? But that's not loving, that's not kind, right? um and we've all had people do that to us, I would assume anyway. um and you're like, it makes you feel like you're not good enough, right? It makes you feel like, you're not good enough, like, they don't want you in their life, like you're a burden. um which, if you truly care about someone and want to continue a connection with them, like, you don't ever want them to feel that way. Like, that's not the goal. The goal is to get to know them better. The goal is to make them feel cared for. The goal is to make them smile. Um, so if you communicate in this way, that's better, right? Um, yeah. I think. Let me look at that card in the book here. I'll just read it for you too. The Page of Pentacles. Understanding concreteness. That's interesting. That's interesting, because that's in the position of what you need to cut out. Understanding concreteness. Maybe your perception of what stability or reliability in a relationship is kind of falling away, or it needs to fall away. And I mean, it seems like that's what you're doing, right, with this. But there's probably some work that still needs to be done, or it's just saying this is what you've been doing, right? Letting go of these false beliefs of what stability in a relationship looks like, or what goodness in a relationship looks like. Last card out is the Five of Wands, which is about being comfortable doing things your way, right? You don't have to script it out perfectly. You don't have to, right? Keep in mind what your goal is, right? And put it in a way that's authentic to you, right? I'm a psychology major. I write poetry. I love poetry. I love old texts, novels, like stuff by Oscar Wilde, like plays. I've wrote a play. I am very theatrical in the way I type things out, in the way I write, that is just who I am, right? So I'm very, very wordy, romantic. Like, the way I write is very fluffy, in a very good way. Like, I wouldn't keep writing the way that I do if I didn't like it, right? And if other people didn't also like it. Not everyone loves it, but most people who stay around do, or at least they accept it, and they just call me a weirdo every once in a while, which I'm chill with. I'm a little bit weird. What was I talking about? Doing things your own way, right? What I have described is a psychological way of thinking of how to communicate, right? Finding what it is you actually want, and usually it's a very simple thing that can fix it, right? Like, if you want to talk to a person more, you're like, oh, it's like 5 or 6 days in between texts. I'm on delivered for a couple days at a time. Like, they never reach out to me first, um, which is disheartening. But it isn't necessarily. Now, you use your brain with this one. All right, use your brain, because I've given people the benefit of the doubt when I shouldn't have. That's why communication is good. Okay, because if I would have at that time been like, hey, I want to hear from you every couple of days, right? I would love to just hear about your day or something, or every couple of days just check in, reply to my stuff. Um, oh my goodness. Even when I said that, I think you probably struggle with this too, is like feeling needy, right? Feeling needy. Feeling like your needs don't matter, and that you've probably been made to feel that you're too much, that your needs are too much, but I think you're starting to realize that the right people won't feel that way about you, because you are a good person, right? This wouldn't be finding you if you didn't genuinely care about people, if you didn't genuinely want to build connections with people, if you didn't genuinely want to live a life filled with people that you love, right? If you didn't want that, this wouldn't find you. You're a good person who wants connection and wants people to feel good in connection, right? You want to feel good, and you want the other person to feel good, right? You understand that it's a two-way street, and that both people should be getting something out of it, right? Both people should feel good at the end of the day with the connection, right? Man, I've done a lot today, to be fair. That is 17 minutes. God dang. All right, I'm gonna leave this one here. There's a lot in this video. Good advice, though. Good advice. Think about it. Think about it. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.